In this video, I want to show you how I went from this sketch to the one pictured below. I wanted to create or work on creating a sense of depth. And to do that, I used this reference photo and converted it to monochrome, as you can see, to get an understanding of the tonal values. And then I did a quick tonal study to see what worked to give it depth. And to sketch this, I'm just using a single color. I forget which kind of blue, but cadmium blue, I think maybe, and a water brush, which is very useful for sketching as you don't have to carry separate water. And then I started the actual sketch, laying out some pencil lines to get composition. And then I went straight into wet on wet, trying to put in some of the highlight colors using a variety of different colors throughout the page, and working on an idea to use warmer colors in the foreground and cooler colors in the background. I have a bit of a confession in that I'm not the most patient of people, and I think watercolors is having to make me practice patience. I quite often start painting the next layer of color before the page is dry, and I have to deal with the consequences of bleeding lines or tide marks. But actually, in this example, it worked quite well on the mountain, in the first mountain there. So I'm keeping it quite loose, and I'm not putting in too much detail here, and I'm trying to lay in warmer, denser colors in this sort of foreground area, and leaving some of the white paper to shine through to give a suggestion of buildings. And then in the near foreground, I'm using warmer colors still, more saturated colors. And whilst I was painting this, I had my eyes blurred just to try and get general suggestive patterns going on. Unlike my first attempt in the mountains in the background there, I didn't work on any sort of detail or much texture at all. In fact, kept the furthest mountain, the edges of that fairly blurred. In the foreground there, you can see I've used some pen and ink to get some texture and foreground detail. So there you have it. I feel like it's slightly better than the first attempt. I'd love to know in the comments what you think. And yeah, I hope it's inspired you to pick up a brush and figure out stuff for yourself.